Okay, carpenters. Earlier I talked to you about resizing a square, making a square twice the distance or twice the size in terms of square inches as the original square was. I took a small square and drew a diagonal and determined that diagonal to be the sides of a new square that was double the size of the original. And so now what I'm going to talk to you about is proportions and taking an existing larger square, or in this case a rectangle, and reducing it by a certain proportion. So I'm going to draw a large rectangle on this piece of paper to begin with. I'm going to go ahead and use my square, and I'm going to measure from this corner all the way down, and I'm going to make a mark at 9 inches. Okay, so that's going to be one side of our rectangle. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and bring it over here so you can see it a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and put my square back on there again. And I'm going to draw a line this way, okay? And I'm going to make a mark at 6 inches here. So now I've got two sides, and one side is 6 inches, and the other side is 9 inches. I'm going to go ahead and finish up that rectangle using my square. So I'll put this leg of the square, or the blade of the square, tongue in this case, put the tongue on there, and I'll come down the blade and I'll make a mark at 6 inches. And I know you can't see these numbers as well as you can on my large green square, but just understand that that's what I'm measuring to. So I'm going to finish up my rectangle, making sure that lines up there, and I'm going to go right across here. And so now I have a rectangle that is 6 by 9 inches. And so I want to reduce that proportionally. And what I want to reduce it to is two-thirds of the dimension that it was before. So the first thing I need to do is draw a diagonal from one corner to the opposite corner. So I'll use my ruler to do that. And now I've got basically two triangles. What was a rectangle is two triangles. But then I need to determine, okay, I want to reduce this to 2/3 of what it was before. What is 2/3 of 9 inches? I'm going to go this way with it. So 9 inches divided by 3 would be 3 inches. 2/3 would be 2 times 3, or 6 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and make a mark at 6 inches here. All right, and then I'm going to take my square and I'm going to go ahead and draw a vertical line, or a line from one 9-inch side to the other through that diagonal. Okay, now this distance has to be replicated over here. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this distance. This distance is 4 inches. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to make a mark at 4 inches. And I'll go ahead and connect those two marks with my square. Yeah, I'm going to adjust it. Okay, now I'm a little bit off here because I made an error down here, but just understand that this is now a new rectangle, and that rectangle is 6 inches on this side. My pencil is running out of lead. 6 inches on this side, and that's 2/3 of 9. And it's 4 inches on this side. And if I take 6 and divide it by 3, I get 2. So 6 divided by 3, 1/3 is 2. And I want 2/3, so 2 times 2 is 4. So this triangle, or excuse me, this rectangle is 2/3 of this larger rectangle. All right, so when you do this, I want you to go ahead and draw a square on a piece of paper, and I want you to challenge yourself a little bit. Go ahead and use some numbers that include a fraction. At least use a half or a quarter. So instead of using a solid 9 like I did, let's say you go with a 7.5 on the top, and then go with, instead of 6 on the side, go 5.5 on the side, and then make your calculations in order to determine how to proportion down in size from a large rectangle to a smaller one. If you have any questions, give me a text or send me an email and I'll be happy to work with you. Make sure you do this project and turn it in order to get credit for week 1. Thank you.